But it's tough. That's a complete reversal of what you're normally used to practicing.
This is going to be a big vulnerable map for Polt. It's going to be Belshir Vestige. The countdown is ticked to 0, so ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to say, let's get into game 1 of day 2. Spawning up in the top left-hand corner, one of the most famous and beloved Terrans of all time, from CM Storm, it is Polt! His opponents can never be counted out. Down 0-3 in the Korea Finals versus Innovation, pulling it back to 4-3, looking to do the same here today. It is Woongjin Soulkey!
And that's one thing we do have to mention, Soulkey. It doesn't matter how far you push him back on the ropes, he's going to swing back as hard as possible.
Yep.
Down 0-3, coming back 4-0. Not many people can do that in the world. If you look at the statistics,
it's like 10.
That's probably like a 99% win rate for whoever is up 3-0. I mean, it's so difficult just mentally to get yourself in a state to say, I can come back in a series. Soulkey not going to be one of those players.
Well, already we see that Polt is opening up with a trademark Barracks Fast Gas. So I'm going to go ahead and try to shoot for a prediction of the first 10 minutes.
Okay.
All right, here we go. He's going to go straight into Hellion. He's going to expand, throw down his starport and his second gas geyser to get up a Viking. And then he's going to get his third command center, and around 8:39 minutes, he will get his 2 engineering bays. Very late. And do some cute medevac Viking action. I mean, like, this is how predictable Polt feels. Now, if he heard me, he's probably going to throw in a second barracks and just make a lot of Reapers just to spite me. But no. His regular build is so potent.
Yeah, I mean, it's very well-rounded against Zergling, Baneling, Muta, but I'm telling you, it just doesn't feel good against Roach, Baneling, Zergling. And I was talking to Ghost User, I was talking to Scarlet, they all say, because he gets his production structure so late, rather his mass barracks so late, there's a timing window where you can hit pre-10 minutes that will just obliterate everything of Polt's economy, of his army, and just win the game. And I feel like that is his true weakness. It's just whether or not Soulkey wants to go in that direction. Remember, I mean, you have a lot of scouting tools, not only the Reapers in the early stages, the Hellions in the mid-game stage, and then the Viking at the later stages. You have all these things to allow you to see if there's some sort of all-in coming. So we'll see if Polt has the adaptiveness that he needs.
Well, Soulkey's already going to be doing his usual 4-queen play, just trying to spread that creep as far as he can. Getting some Zerglings out to repel the Reaper. Now, Polt's going to be going Reaper Marine out of this barracks. It's a very unusual little play, but he'll allow him to get a little bit of extra map control with the Reaper, and the Marine will be able to push out this Overlord so that he can do that Starport Viking stuff we talked about earlier.
The Viking's so important to just clear the way so that dropships have a little bit more anonymity when they're going in, whether they're going into the main base or the third base.
Yeah, it's like net neutrality, but for map design, right? Just don't know where that medevac is, who he is. We see the factory getting close to finished. Will there be the third command center, or is he going to go straight for starport? He does tend to like to go straight for starport, and I would love him to do that so I can feel like I'm right.
I think you're going to be right.
2 Hellions come out. Come on, Polt, one time. Work with me, man.
There it is. 100% correct today, Sean. And look at that, the second refinery.
Very talented. I watched a replay of his. Now, Soulkey is already doing one of his trademark moves, spreading creep within his main base. This is one of these maneuvers that is so obviously good on paper, yet so rarely done. Not only will it allow him to deal with drops and to see drops incoming more easily, it will permit him to spread creep down this way up to hit his 4th base.
And especially with Polt, how aggressive he is at the 10-minute stage. I mean, it's really important to have that creep spread there. If he doesn't, he'll be taking a lot more damage. And normally, Zergs aren't ready for that 10-minute dropship attack. That's so much earlier. It's like a minute earlier than they're normally used to. But I think Soulkey will have the material to defend against any sort of shenanigan at that stage. Look at that, though. Roach Warren, double evolution chamber. You look down in the bottom right-hand corner. It's 7 minutes, a little bit early. You could put this at 8 minutes and go for some sort of timing attack, an 11-minute attack. But, I mean, it's a little bit early, not a big deal. Lair going down at the same time. Wow, this is a lot to throw down all at 7 minutes.
Some nice optimization by Soulkey, being able to get out all these structures and 5 queens so quickly. I mean, Polt is going to try to make a little shove. Polt has enough material to be able to pick off a ton of workers if he gets in. Polt is trying to let all the damage go down on those Reapers so they can heal, but he accidentally loses one. And there's the commitment to Roaches, just as you were saying, Andre.
Yeah, this is perfect. And look at the change-up. We have the second barracks down a little bit early. I mean, it depends on what build Polt is doing, but this is going to be the 2 racks variation. And he goes for Widow Mines directly after this. Not going to put an add-on on. He's just going to go straight Widow Mines, defending against potential all-ins coming in the next couple minutes. But I think Soulkey's attack is going to come in about 150 seconds because of the upgrade timings.
So there's Soulkey still keeping those 3 queens alive. Has plenty of energy for the transfuse. Medevac's popping out. It's going to be a push. 3rd command center will be popping up very shortly. Polt loves this build. This is the almost exact same build that Polt used versus Yull in their round of 16 match with preemptive early mines, but Soulkey is just powering all the way up. He is not scared to go toe-to-toe with Polt in the late game. Already flooding those Roaches.
This is so cool. He's even getting Roach speed before he gets Metabolic Boost or Zergling speed. That's something that's really cool. You could tell he's prepared against Polt. Now Polt finally putting down some bunkers. Very important to do so. But if he wanted to do any sort of Zergling Baneling all-in, he would have already included it. I think he's just going for a straight-up Roach 1-1 timing. This is a hard push to stop. This can kill you, but it's only meant to do like damage. It's only meant to pressure a Terran base.
But it's so easy to just kill Polt outright in this spot. Already the creep spread's looking quite good. There's no Overlord speed upgrade, which I would really love to see. Overseers flying in to tank mine shots. But Polt not even going to let this Roach push get into gear. As he's doing a drop in the main, Soulkey spots everything.
And here it is, 10-minute attack coming in. He has Roaches in place. He has the perfect creep spread. This will be shut down very easily. An instant pickup from Polt. And Soulkey going to fend off both fronts.
Wow.
Income tab showing 53 Harvesters to 63. Soulkey almost at that perfect saturation. And from here, he's going to just be making mass units, already spewing out creep at the 3rd base. I mean, Soulkey has the perfect build order counter to Polt.
This is remarkable how stable a play Soulkey's playing. I mean, Soulkey looks like Neo at the end of the Matrix, blocking everything with one forearm like it's nothing. I mean, creep, spread, queens in position, even Roaches getting ready to counter-aggress. This is to deny good mine placement from Polt, but always watch Polt power up after he gets these barracks going. We do see the late engineering bays. They did go down just after 9 minutes, so that means that Polt is going to have 2-2 around 16 minutes instead of around 14 minutes, and that means that the hive is going to be started for Soulkey long before then. We see a macro hatch also planting down. Everything from Soulkey is locked down so immaculately.
Yeah, Soulkey should never be witnessing that 3-3 against 2-2 era in the late game stages where he's just losing everything so much more cost inefficiently than his opponent. And now you can see he switched over +1 melee, +2 carapace. He has his Baneling Nest, Centrifugal Hooks, and Spire Tag. He just got the Roaches to force Polt to be a lot more defensive. You can't take your 3rd base too fast because you're on such a low barracks count. He doesn't have to do pressure because it's already indirect damage that's been done by Soulkey.
And look at this Viking has 0 kills. This is the whole reason that Polt goes for this early Viking, is to get at least 2 kills. That early Starport did not do that much damage. The early drop pressure, the early Hellion Reaper did almost no damage. I mean, look at this units lost tab. It's a very low number. Only 350 resources have been killed off. That's mostly lanes and a couple other assorted pastries, but now 9 Mutalisks going to be on the way. Soulkey is looking just perfect.
And for this upcoming push, because the mine count is so low, because no add-on was on that factory, the Roaches are going to help out so much more. They're going to be able to tank the Widow Mines and able to take them out without really losing too much.
Look at this. The longer the game goes on, the better Polt's tactics get. Easily picking up a free hatch denial. Going to be able to get some free links too.
Soulkey moving in. He's an alarming rate. 100. Oh, the cutoff with the Mutalisks.
Soulkey
Oh,
with
will
an
he
answer.
get it? Ignite Afterburners is stopped, and there
Ouch.
it is, down. Goes 2 medevacs worth of units. Polt struggling to get over there to defend, but his units are too late, and Soulkey just makes his way out.
Soulkey stuffs the medevac to the ground. Not gonna let an easy pickup for Polt happen. The supply lead does lie with Soulkey, but it's sort of a false supply lead because roaches are way, way supply expensive for how much they cost. And right now, there's a whopping 24 on the map right now. Only 12 Mutalisks. It's like a nice Brood War number of Mutalisks. But Polt's going to be able to re-rally back into the main base. Will suffer some losses.
He loses his turret. Could have repaired it in fast enough, but it's hard to react to those mutas so fast, especially with the roaches and banelings on the map. There's a strike force on the right-hand side.
Oh!
Wow, those mutas have to be careful, but this strike force can do a lot of damage to these SCVs. Polt has no units in the area. Command center will get canceled.
Oh,
but
those
the
poor
SCVs,
SCVs!
oh
no,
God!
Getting decimated. A stunning counterattack by Soulkey.
Oh no, and the Widow Mines!
All get executed with ease. Soulkey.
Widow Mine's just barely out of position, and Soulkey immediately takes advantage of it. Taking out every single one of those means Polt cannot step out on the map. Very amazing play from Soulkey. He has shut down Polt at every step of the game, and now moving on in, he has the force to do it, taking out medevacs first.
With no mines, the Banelings connect with ease. Will the 2-2 of Polt be enough to defend this force? 2-2 upgrades having just finished at the 16-minute mark. Now is time for Polt's opportunity to begin. The 4th base for Soulkey is extremely late. Soulkey has been on only 3 geysers. That's not quite enough to support the bulk of Baneling Muta that the Zerg wants. Polt is forced to retreat, but most of his forces are at this right side. Soulkey is going to choose to engage, but not many Banelings remain. Only 7 with more morphing in. This is a nice chance for Polt.
But where the Widow Mines, the Marines are just getting shut down.
Oh, gee, Soulkey makes it look easy. I mean, with those mines,
perfect.
Polt lost so many mines, 8 to 10, gone in an instant. And I mean, if just 1 or 2 Widow Mines connect, that's what turns the tide versus those Baneling forces on the ground.
Yes. Soulkey just displayed